Alright, so let's go through this question where we have this sine 2x minus 30 bracket equal to e to the power of sine 20 minus cosine 20. Okay, so for this type of question, you look at the right hand side, right? You use a calculator to calculate. So if you calculate correctly, you should be able to get 0.468096034. Alright, okay, next step will be what I call the pre-step. So pre-step means I want to change the range. Because notice one thing, this is x more than or equal to 0, less or equal to 360. But we have this thing, 2x minus 30 degree. So I must make sure that the range, the inequality must become something like this. Right? Okay, so let's times 2 first. Okay, so since I know 1x is more than 0, less than 360, right? So I make it 2x first. So 2x is more or equal to 0, because 0 times 2 is 0, 0. Alright, then after that, 360 times 2, 720 degree. Okay, next I add in the negative 30. So negative 30 degree I put here. So I put negative 30, and I put negative 30 degree. So in all, right, I will get 2x minus 30 degree more or equal to negative 30 degree less or equal to 690 degree. Okay, so now I move on to the step number 1. Okay, step number 1 is always to determine the quadrant that we are interested in, because we know sine 2x minus 30 degree is equal to positive 0.468096034. So which quadrant are we interested in? So definitely is the first quadrant, the second quadrant, the third and the fourth we are not interested, because it's the tan and the cosine territory. Next, we move on to the fifth quadrant. Why do I need to move on to the fifth quadrant? Because you look at the inequality. So it's negative 30. Later, I explain the negative 30. So now I look at the 690. So 690 is roughly in the 360 plus 90 plus 90. So it's roughly in the fourth quadrant, and in the eighth quadrant. So 1, 2, then we must move on to the fifth quadrant and the sixth quadrant. Right? Okay, what about the negative 30 degree? Okay, negative 30 degree just means something like this. Okay, so for example, right, I draw the ASTC. So this A, S, T, C. Okay, so normally I would like to rotate in this particular direction. This is what I call positive direction. Then after that, if you see negative, you just rotate in this direction. Alright, so okay, so now I look at the negative 30, right? So this is in the C territory. So in the so-called fourth quadrant, so we are not interested in. So this one we can just ignore. Right? So we are interested only in the first, second, fifth, and sixth quadrant. Okay. So now we move on to the second step, which I feel is the most important one, called the finding of basic angle. So okay, basic angle is represented in alpha. Right? So how do I find basic angle? Very simple. For this, right, you look at this, the equation that is given to you. Sine 2x minus 30 equal to 0.4, so on and so forth, right? Okay, you replace this thing with alpha. Then you just copy wholesale, right? So it's sine alpha equal to 0.468. So for the right hand side, just make sure it's always positive. So let's just say if I give you something like sine 2x minus 30 equal to negative something like you ignore the negative, you put a positive, right? So it's 0.46809 6034. Okay, so of course you use calculator again, so you sine inverse, right? Sine inverse 0.4680966034. You should be able to get a basic angle of 27.9 degree. Okay, so that is the very second step. Okay, third step, you draw. Okay, so what do I mean by draw? So draw, you just draw like this. So okay, so for example, right, you want, okay, let's look at the first quadrant first. So first quadrant is like that, right? Okay, so first I simply just draw this. Okay, so you draw the first quadrant, and what should I label here? Okay, this angle, don't label x. You must label whatever you see here. So we are given like 2x minus 30. So just label 2x minus 30. So 2x minus 30 degree. Okay, so 2x minus 30, of course, we draw the basic angle. So 27.9 degree, right? So 2x minus 30 is equal to 27.9. So the first answer come already. So 2x minus 30 degree is equal to 27.9 degree. Right? Then after that, 2x is equal to, so 30 plus 27.9, you will get 57.9 degrees. So x is equal to 57.9 divided by 2. You should be able to get a roughly 28.95, but you just round it off to 29.0 degree. So that is the very first answer. So this is for x, right? Okay, now I go on to the second quadrant. So second quadrant is like this. So this is 2x minus 30 degree. So now I go on to the basic angle, right? So this is your 27.9 degree. Okay, so of course, how do I find this? You simply just use 180 minus 27.9. So 180 minus 27.9, you should be able to get an answer of 152.1 degree. So 2x minus 30 degree is equal to 152.1 degree, right? Then after you calculate y is x. So okay, 2x equal to 182.1 degree divided by 2, left and right hand side. 182.1 divided by 2, you should be able to get an answer of 91.1 degree. So that is the second answer. So first answer is 29.0, second answer is 91.1. Okay, now I move on to the so-called fifth quadrant. So what do I mean by fifth quadrant? Okay, so now I go on to the fifth. Okay, so fifth quadrant just means you already rotate one full round already. So for example, I rotate one round. Then I rotate another a bit more. So this is the meaning of fifth quadrant. So now the whole thing now here is 2x minus 30. Okay, so how do I solve for this? Okay, so for this, right, we know that you rotate one round. So you rotate one round already, right? So this is 360 degree. Then you rotate a bit more. So this a bit more is what I call the basic angle, 27.9 degree. Okay, so now the 2x minus 30 is equal to 360 plus 27.9. Let's calculate. So you should be able to get 387.9 degree. Then after that, 2x equal to plus 30. So 417.9 degree. So 1x is equal to, you just divide by 2, you should be able to get an answer of 208.95. You can just round it off to 209.0 degree. So the answer come already. Okay, now we go on to the last answer. But of course, just to make sure, I want to check whether the negative 30 degree is okay or not. Okay. Now I go on to this. So we go to the sixth quadrant. So sixth quadrant just means one round, then after that another like that. Okay, so for this is 2x minus 30 degree. Okay, now let's draw the 360, then after that a bit more. So this part will be your 27.9 degree. So the whole of, okay, this is already 360, and then a bit more. Okay, this will be 180 minus 27.9. So it's this, just this thing is 152.1 degree. So this whole thing is 360 degree. So now I can say, 2x minus 30 degree, right, is equal to, so 360 plus 152.1. So it's equal to 512.1 degree. Okay. Okay, so you solve for this, 2x equal to 512 plus 30, then divide by 2 lah. So 1x is equal to 271.05, which is 0.1 degree. So these are all the four answers lah. Right? Okay, so realize one thing, there's one more is your negative 30. Okay, so I want to double check whether it's okay or not. Okay, so I go here. Okay, so now I go to the negative region. So negative region just means I rotate in other direction, right? So for example, I rotate in this direction. So this is here. So 2x minus 30 degree. So 2x minus 30, of course I know I draw the so-called the basic angle. So basic angle, now you cannot just put 27.9. You must put negative. Because you rotate in this particular direction. So you must put, it's just a like direction problem. So negative 27.9 degree. Okay, so now I equate them together. So 2x minus 30 degree equal to negative 27.9 degree, right? Okay, so of course negative 30 move to the right hand side, right? So 2x is equal to negative 27.9 plus 30 will be 2.1 degree. So apparently it's okay. Yeah, we have 5 answers. Alright, so okay, so 1x will be equal to divide by 2, which is roughly 1.05 degree. So this is, so for this is actually 5 answers, so 1.1 degree. Okay, because x is in 1.1 degree, so means it's in the first quadrant. So it's okay. Right? Yeah, so just think of this, especially when you go to negative angle, things get a bit more complicated already. Okay, so all the 5 answers will be, let's do the 5 answers will be, first, 29.0, second, 91.1, third, 209.0, okay, fourth, 271.1, then last but not least, 1.1 degree. Okay, so realize one thing, right? All the x's is between 0 to 360. So 1.1 is between the range, right? 271 is also between the range. 209 is also between the range. So 91.1 also between the range. 29 also between the range. So they are all acceptable. Alright. Okay, so of course, all the steps you must know. So first step, determine the quadrant. Second step, find the basic angle. Then third step, just draw. You should be able to get the answer already. Alright, so I hope this clears the question.